Welcome back to the Swing Low Podcast Show, man. It is yours truly, DUROC Crip. What's happening with all my people out there in the free world today? I appreciate you all for stepping back to this round table as I bring another crazy prison story to y'all. You know what I'm saying? All factuals. Never no lies here. You know what I'm saying? And we stand on what we stand on over here. So I appreciate you all, man, for joining me back for this session. Shout out to all the new subscribers as well. Appreciate y'all for choosing the Swang Low Podcast to come be part of the family. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the story, man. This situation occurred back in 2001 in Calipatria, right? Starting on the Sea Yard, right? I met this guy by the name of Spade from Dodge City, Crip, right? And, he seemed to be an okay person at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of dealt with him and I kind of didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't like one of my favorite people to want to deal with like that. You know what I'm saying? But I had no problem with him. And at that time, I thought he had no problem with me. So anyway, bam, a situation ended up occurring where he got into a issue with the Compton Crips. Shout out to the homie Zebo from Santana Block, Compton Crip. Shout out to the homie Soldier from original Front Hood, Compton Crip, and all the other Comptons that was there at that time. You know what I'm saying? So this is who he ended up getting in a situation with, and it came down to one day we sitting in the day room, and the homies from Compton push up on him. Whatever that situation was inspired by, I don't know. I have no clue. Even to this day, I didn't back then. So anyway, they surround him in the day room. They end up taking off on him. You know what I'm saying? Snatch his chain off his neck and all that. You know what I mean? They whoop on him real good in the day room. It was probably like three of them. So bam, after they whoop on him, they push up to his cell. He was in the cell with a non-affiliate dude. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember his celly's name. You know what I mean? But they push up on him, tell him, pack up all this nigga Spade stuff and give it to him. They taking all his stuff, right? This is the homies from Compton Crip. So bam, that's what dude do. He pack up all his silly stuff and give it to the homies from Compton, right? So bam, Spade ended up going to the B yard after that happened to him, right? So he get over there and get into a situation with the Long Beach Crips. You know what I'm saying? With I can't remember their name, right? But it was two insanes that jumped on his head. You know what I'm saying? Whooped on him real good. You know what I'm saying? Got him off the yard. So bam, he come to the hole. When he could go to the hole for that, I'm already in the hole, right? So bam, I seen him come in, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really think nothing of it, you know what I mean? So bam. I remember one day sitting in my cell, you know what I mean? And let me, before I get to that, let me name a couple of people that was back there in the hole with us at that time. You had the homie T Bull from 190 East Coast. You had Big Hawk from 94 Hoover. You had Gumby from 9 Deuce Hoover. You had the homie Stutterbox from Angelo Mafia. I don't know if Tank from OVG and Madman from OVG and them was back there yet. I'm not sure of that. They could have been, but it was a number of homies back there at that time from everywhere, right? So bam, anyway, I'm in my cell one day chilling. So they called this dude Spade out to go to committee. Now, you have to go to committee, even in the hole, when you get back there, you got to go to committee before they clear you to be able to go out to the yard. And how the yard is set up, and well, how it was set up back then in the hole, you had the blood yard, you had the Crip yard, you had the Serenio yard, the white boy yard, so on and so on, right? So if you wasn't a Crip, you wasn't coming to the Crip yard. And that's how it was with all the other yards of the different groups that was back there. So anyway, Spade knew he was going to have to come to the Crip yard with all of us, including the dudes that jumped on his head, right? So bam, I guess he had went into the committee and told the people that if they put him out there on the yard, he was going to take off on somebody, right? So bam, you know, they don't care about none of that. They gonna throw you out there and you know what I'm saying, let the cars fall where they may, right? So bam, anyway, I'm in my cell chilling. One of the COs that worked back there came to my cell and was like, "Hey man, you know this dude just came in. They talking about Spade. You know this dude just came in and he went to committee. Is it gonna be cool for him to go out to the yard with y'all?" So I'm like, why the fuck is he asking me this? So I'm like, yeah. I said he a Crip, right? They like, yeah, okay, yeah. You know, Crips is coming to the Crip yard, of course. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not. He like, you sure? You know what I'm saying? And the way he looking at me, I'm like, man, what is this dude tripping on? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not putting two and two together. I'm not thinking that this dude Spade was gonna do what he tried, well, do what he did, right? So bam. I'm like, this dude is tweaking, man. I'm like, yeah, he can come to the Crip yard. It's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he like, all right. And he push off. So bam. The next day, we go out to the yard. Now, I was the person back there on the Crip yard that pretty much um I'm not gonna say that I ran anything, right? But I was one of the main dudes, like during our workouts and all that. I was one of the main dudes that pretty much called out all everything that we was gonna do in our workout. And mind you, when you go back there to the Crip yard in the hole, it was Mando workout. Mandatory. Everybody had to come back there and work out. You know what I'm saying? Get that in, get it out the way. That was Mando. So bam, this particular day, you now as I did every yard back there in the hole, right? Anytime a homie, when the homies was coming on the yard, I'm the first one standing by the gate. I'm greeting everybody. You know what I'm saying? Give them a handshake. You know what I'm saying? Probably a little, bam. All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Top of the morning, and whatnot, right? I did that with every Crip that came back there before we did our workout, just greeting everybody. So this particular day, when Spade came out to the yard, it was no different. And mind you, I'm not thinking that this dude had any issues with me or nothing. I'm not putting two and two together about him going to committee saying what he's saying. None of that, right? So bam, I'm greeting everybody as they come through the gate. Bam, here comes Spade. I go to greet him, stick my hand out, you know what I'm saying? He grabbed my hand like he was shaking my hand. He get off on me. Bang, bang, bang. He get off three good ones, right? One to the face, and the other two was like to the side of the head, right? Three. Bang, bang, bang. Three good solid ones, but it don't daze me, knock me out, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But he did get off on me, right? So I don't know if y'all ever had a moment, a blackout moment. You know what I'm saying? When your natural response to something like that is just to destroy some shit, right? Well, as he got off on me and I realized what was going on in that moment, I blacked out. I blacked out. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing I know, we on the ground. I'm sitting on top of his chest and I'm just hitting him. You know what I'm saying? In his face, in his head, everywhere, right? And he's on the ground on his back trying to swing back, but he can't do nothing because I'm sitting on top of him. He can't get up, he can't move, he can't do nothing, right? So bam, as we fighting, the COs is in the tower. Now, at that time, bro, they had some cold shit. They had a camera with a pepper spray gun, right? A pepper spray gun that shoot out pepper spray like it's a fire hydrant. I bullshit you not, right? That shit is gonna wet you up so much it's gonna look like you jumped in the pool by the time it's all said and done, and you back there hopping around like a fish on fire. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen to many people. So when it happened to what happened was they tried to shoot us with that, and for whatever reason, the pepper spray gun had broke. You know what I'm saying? And the way that that thing was designed, it had the camera on it. So anywhere you move, it's automatic. The camera's automatically following you, so it's not gonna miss you. The pepper spray is not gonna miss you, right? So bam, I guess they tried to shoot that at us, and it for whatever reason, it broke. That day, it broke, right? So bam, when they realized that that wasn't that pepper spray gun didn't work, then that's when they start shooting the blocks, the block gun. Okay, the blocks is big round blocks like this, made out of wood, solid wood. You know what I'm saying? So it's wooden bullets, right? Big fat wooden bullets. Okay, so while I'm swinging on this fool, sitting on him, hitting him, right? I felt the first one, but like I said, I blacked out. I was out of it. You know what I'm saying? But I felt the first one hit me right here on my shoulder, right? Not realizing the damage that it had done to me. It split the side of my arm wide open. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, again, I'm blacked out. I'm not tripping, right? And then they shoot me again in my leg and the upper side of my left leg, right? All the shots was to this side, to the left side of me. So bam, when they shoot me in my leg, that busts my leg open, but I'm not knowing the severity of these wounds from these shots, right? But they shoot me again, bro. And that last shot was to the head, right here. You know what I'm saying? Which I still got these scars. I'm gonna show y'all the scars from those shots, but you know, that's oversharing. But trust me, the scars is there. I'm gonna have those scars for life. And those ain't the only scars that I got from shots like that. I got them all over my body. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, when they shoot me in my head, that's when I see stars. My vision just get blurred. You know what I'm saying? And everything was just foggy. And that's when everything stopped for me. So all my homies, all the Crips that's back there, they like, Creep, stop, get off of him. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm hearing. But it seemed like the voices is so distant. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a dream, I swear. When I got shot in my head, it was over with. You know what I'm saying? So my head was busted wide open. I had to get stitches in my head, all that. But anyway, so bam, I crawl up off of him, right? Get to a spot where he can't jump back up and try to get cracking on me again. You know what I'm saying? So bam, the homie's like, damn, cuz, like your head, your head, your head. That's all I'm hearing, right? I'm not knowing the severity of these wounds. You know what I'm saying? Until after everything was said and done. So bam, I go to the infirmary, get the stitches, get patched up and all that. That's when I realized how bad the shots had did me. So bam, now I'm confused. I'm like, why would this fool come back here to the hole and do this? And then that's when I'm brainstorming everything. That's why the police came and said what he said to me, right? That's when everything is falling into place. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I'm getting at the homies T-Bull from 190 East Coast. I'm getting at Big Hawk from 94 Hoover. I'm getting at all these dudes like, man, what the fuck is this shit? Excuse my language, right? But you know, I'm getting at them like, what's, you know? So everybody like, man, we don't know nothing about none of that. Come to find out, he didn't want to come back there to the yard because the dudes that had jumped on him, the reason why he was back there was on that yard and he thought he was going to get another issue. So what it was, he went into committee and told them that he was going to go out there and pull a stunt like that. You know what I'm saying? So when he do that, now, you know, he's still back there in the hole, but they not letting him come out to the yard with us no more after that. But he's telling all the Crips back there, the reason why I got off on creep like that is because when the dudes from Compton jumped me, he went to my cell and made my cellie give up all my stuff, right? False. Completely false. This dude fabricated this story, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm the type of person like this. I've always been like this. If I'm going to take something from you, I'm going to take it in your face. I'm not going to take it behind your back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do, you know, anything that I would consider, you know, cowardly. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that the homies from Compton was cowards in no way, shape, form, or fashion. They went about their situation the way that they seemed fit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not here to judge that. I'm saying if I was gonna pull a stunt like that on him, I would have took it while he was there because he was there in my building right down the tier from me. So that had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? I said that back then. I say this to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like I had nothing to do with that. Was I out when they jumped him? Yeah. Everybody was in the day room, not just me. Everybody. Was I out when they pushed up on his cell and made his cellie give up all his stuff to him? Yeah, I was. Just like everybody else was out. You know what I'm saying? But did I go to his cell and command his cellmate to give up his stuff? No, had nothing to do with me. Did I jump on him with the homies from Compton? No, had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? He just tried to use me as a scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? And he came out and he got off on me and he lost in the end. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. But after that, you know what I'm saying? I guess a little bit of time had went on. Everybody had heard about it, so people was tripping on that, right? So shout out to the homie Master C from Altadena Block, right? Master C, that's my low. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie. Shout out to the blocks again. You know what I'm saying? But Master C from Altadena Block, get wind of this. So automatically off the top, you know what I'm saying? He's feeling some type of way about that. You know what I mean? And shout out to Cuz again, you know what I'm saying, for having my back fade. You know what I mean? Because after that situation happened between me and the dude Spade, there was no more contact between him and I. They wouldn't put him out on the Crip yard no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually what happened. Like if you get into it out there on the Crip yard, you know what I'm saying? Like you pull some PC type of stuff or you got an issue coming, they're not gonna put you back out there on that Crip yard. It's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So bam, me and him had no more contact after that. So bam, fast forward when the homie Master C catch him, you know what I'm saying? Master C basically baited him into a situation that he wasn't able to get out of, and got on his head, right? Now this dude Spade, this fool was like 6'5", you know what I'm saying? Tall, black, ugly dude, you know what I'm saying? But size don't matter, you know what I'm saying? I done fought tall, short, fat, skinny, you know what I'm saying? You name it. You got an issue with me, we gonna thump, you know what I'm saying? And let the cards fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? Like I've told y'all, I don't get behind this camera and lie about no situation at all. There's too many people that know me. You know what I'm saying? There's too many people that I got a lot of relationships with that I had way back then that still exist to this day. And excuse my background too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to fight through it like always. But anyway, yeah, this dude was like 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Tall black dude, you know what I mean? But he couldn't do nothing with me. Once he got off and didn't knock me out, daze me, and none of it, was a wrap. Like I told you, I blacked out. Next thing I know, I'm sitting on this dude's chest, just, pounding him. You know what I'm saying? Pounding him until they start shooting me. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way that ended. You know what I'm saying? So bam, when Master C catch up to this dude, Master C put hands on him. You know what I'm saying? And Master C, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, cuz I caught up to this dude, you know what I'm saying? And, that situation between you and him was in my mind already. You know what I'm saying? So I was just waiting on the perfect time to get this dude, and I finally got him. And I let him know, nigga, like, you don't try to get off on none of my homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Not without no repercussions. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So the homie served him. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that was the dude Spade from Dodge City Crip. Shout out to the Dodge Cities too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no beef with none of them. That was an isolated incident between me and that person. You know what I'm saying? And it went down the way that it went down. You know what I'm saying? Did he do a PC move? Of course, because he thought he was going to have another issue coming, and he was back there on that Crip yard in the hole in Calipatria. Was everybody that was back there, man, was back there for, attempted murders and batteries and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We was all back there fighting some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, he knew, you know what I'm saying, that things was going to catch up to him again. You know what I'm saying? So he tried to use me as a scapegoat to get about that situation. He didn't want to be on that Crip yard. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes was getting served back there left and right. Left and right. If you had an issue coming, trust me, you was going to get it. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I wanted to bring this story back to the round table, to my family. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all something else to eat off of. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all, man, for stepping back to this round table with me, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to keep the content consistent as always, bring y'all original stuff, you know what I'm saying? All factual stuff, you know what I mean? Can't nobody debate nothing that I bring back here to this round table. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to these prison stories. Because it's people that still around, still exist, that was there when situations happen, you know what I'm saying, as I described them. Point blank period. I don't have to put no extras on nothing. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, man, I'm finna let y'all go, get back to the rest of y'all day. I appreciate y'all, man, for stepping back to this round table. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but love as always. Y'all stay safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Stay hydrated. It's super duper hot everywhere. You know what I mean? So make sure, y'all taking care of yourself, staying in the shade, man, and out the heat. On that note, I'm finna get up out of here. Love and appreciate you all, man. Till the next time, Triple Gang.